Asif Ali's in. He can strike them big as well. Oh, lovely fielding. Desperation from the skipper. Inspiring stuff.
Yes, so often the skippers can lead from the front. He dropped that first catch. Here's another look at the sky ball. He'll be really disappointed with that, Ingram, because it was a low full toss. It was there, he'd been carving them wherever he wanted prior to that.
Play on a miss, wanted a home run. Asif Ali's HBL PSL strike rate is 150. This season, a little low-keyed as far as runs are concerned, but he bats low down the order, so he gets a little, not a lot of exposure.
That's all right, though. Strike rate of 170 odd, highest of 20, but if he can get that 20 now at 175, that's exactly what Islamabad need.
Hurrying, shorter length from Wahab Riaz is pacey, 140.6 kph. Always get this full-blooded effort from Wahab Riaz.
Yeah, he's really good right at the end, right at the death in those last 5, because he mixes it up. You can't get a pattern with him. He'll bowl the Yorker, he's got the slower ball, and then he'll bang one in out of the blue with real effort. So I like his change-up, and it's very effective when the ball is not brand new.
Slow bouncer, that's sliced over the keeper's head. Is fast enough and fit enough to make it for that second run quite easily. That's the other thing that excites you about Shadab, is running between the wickets. He'll give you his 100% like Wahab with the ball. He's special when it comes to running between the wickets.
Yeah, and when you're running like he is between the wickets, you know that a batsman's got energy. So when you've got energy, your feet move, you've got that real competitive streak in you. So it's always a sign that you're on. You know, I look from a commentary box and you say, oh, it's like Dave Warner. Every time Dave Warner direct.
Once again, runs fast. Have another look at this.
He's hurt himself, he's down. And as we see, we'll always go upstairs just to make sure he's made the ground, because isn't that interesting? You have your direct hit, and often as a batsman you feel you're in and you're just out with a direct hit. But as soon as the ball has to be taken and taken to the stumps, it's amazing you can make another metre or two.
A bit of liquid energy will do him good. We are in the last part of this innings. It was a good throw. Had to drag the ball from possibly off stump line to shatter the stumps. By that time, Shadab had beaten him. Full length dive, great commitment, great game awareness. We'll start again, 77 of 41 balls. Hasn't faced any roadblocks as such in this innings. It has been smooth, intelligent batting from him.
It's been magic. It's been one of the best innings we've seen so far in this PSL, without a doubt. He's taken ownership.
That's gone up in the air. He's going to call for it. Livingston or Yasser Shah. It's Livingston. He's been a good catcher of late. His good innings comes to an end. Shadab will make the headlines with his blistering innings.
Yeah, and he needed to keep going that way. I thought he got hold of it initially. It just went too high. A little bit off the outside edge. And needed some catching, and they've caught 2 in a row. No, they can just slow things slightly. Can just shed it by about 10 runs maybe. 77. Brilliant. 189 for 5.
Goes absolutely 100% with the first ball.
Yeah, just an attempt at an overhit. So 8 balls since the last boundary. Able to find them at will right the way through. And 5 balls remaining. Can they get that magical 200? Highest run chase, successful run chase here has been 190. was Quetta against Islamabad. It gives you a guide. So the score they've got now, Islamabad, they can put immense pressure on the batting side in the run chase.
Single is yielded. Asif Ali's on strike. They need a couple of big shots, couple of sixes to seal the deal. This target will take some doing from Zalmi. Not easy, not straightforward to get 190. And it's going to go bigger than 190.
Yeah, and they've got there through all those drop catches. The fielding has been down today. I've seen some hot fielding throughout. I remember 2 years ago I was here, and they did a percentage of catches in terms of how many were caught, and it was the best in all the T20 leagues.
Up in the air, trying that ramp shot, I think, is nicely bowled by Rahat Ali. Nice and full, and with a bit of extra zip as well. 139.6 clicks that last ball. Fuller length. Job well done.
Well, we see this ramp used to effect quite often, but it is a specialist shot. I think the best hitters at the death are those that Dominic Cork talks about a lot. Go back deep in their crease, they flay the front leg, and then it doesn't matter the length. A Yorker's always going to be a Yorker if you're in that position, but you can start to hit to certain areas, particularly the area that you think is your strength. And at the moment, it needs to go over extra cover.
Up in the air, slice, more than a arm shot. Couple of runs for Fahim Ashraf.
Yeah, the really good hitters, they have their 3 zones. They talk about, they know if that length, they can go there, that's a strength. Or they get a different line and length, they can go straight or through the offside. But that all comes from that back and getting the front leg out of the way. They're the real crisp hitters at the death, and they're more consistent than those that move around too much.
Two balls left. What is he thinking? Oh, hits him on the helmet, I think. Probably hit the glove and then the visor, I'm not too sure, but he looked a bit stunned.
Always interesting, isn't it? You get hit in the scone and it's been given a leg bye. Well, sir, that hasn't hit me on the leg. Let's hope he's okay. He's just shaken up a little bit. It's on the grill, I think, more than anything. Yeah, just on the side of the grill, side of the face. The problem with that, it can be pushed into the face, into the jaw, and sometimes it can cut you. But certainly, if your helmet gets hit, more in the body of the helmet, you change it straight away. It's done its job, you get a new one.
That's part of the latest protocol as well. Errol is running in there, the physio.
Errol Alcott, he was the Australian physiotherapist for about 30 years.
Wow.
Look at him, he can still run.
Barely.
No, he was a good man, a good physio. It was never nice being on his table. He'd get his fingers into you. There was nothing nice about the treatment, but he was very effective.
You're asking a few questions. I think it hit his jaw, stretching his jaw. Can he chew a bubble gum? I think that would have been one of the questions. Yeah, I think he got a little bit surprised by that extra bit of lift. And this pitch has that. That's why it's such a good track to bowl and bat and to hit 4s and 6s. If you bowl well, you'll get good reward as well. All's well that ends well, so he's fine. It's okay, yeah. Ready to take the last ball.
Well, it's changed, hasn't it, over the last, half a dozen years, Rameez. When batsmen get hit, there's that real duty of care that they take very seriously, for obvious reasons, we know. But they all go through a little bit of a test to make sure that they're still with it, make sure there's no concussion. And often a player will be ordered off if it's a really big blow, despite them saying, no, I want to keep batting.
I like the back protection as well that Fahim's helmet affords. Asif Ali to receive the last ball of the innings. Big shot, long on comes into play. Braithwaite gets to the ball with just mere couple of steps. He's a giant of a man. So Islamabad United with 195 for the loss of 5. This will be the highest chase ever in HBL PSL history. So they'll have to bat out of their skins to win this. Wahab Riaz will have to lead them into action now.